Hello, Vikings. I'm Riley Dominy, editor of the Bryan High Norseman, and I'm here with the BISD superintendent, Mrs. Ginger Carabine, to talk to her about the final stages of the BISD build project. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Of course. Okay, so the Bryan ISD build project began last year with the final steps taking place recently. When was the home completed, and what was it like to hand the keys over to the family for the first time?
We completed the construction phase, and handed the keys over in December of 2023. And honestly, the whole experience exceeded all of our expectations. Seeing the faces of that family, the children in particular, moving into the home was simply incredible.
That's awesome. At the presentation ceremony, what was it like to see so many people who had worked on the event come together with the family as the project was completed?
It was amazing. We came full circle that day. All the hard work from the fundraising, the awareness, the participation in general, just came full circle. And having our students stand there with me at the ceremony, helping to hand over the keys and becoming part of the dedication ceremony meant everything. It sent a real message to our school community about what we are doing in Bryan ISD when it comes to community service and serving others.
Mm-hmm. What does doing something like this mean to the community?
I think, in Bryan ISD, our vision is children first, always. And we know the only way to truly serve and support children and position them for success is to embrace family engagement and community engagement. So this project was the epitome of that. So we accomplished and checked all the boxes and sent a real message to everyone in our community about our students in Bryan ISD, and that they're committed to giving back and serving our community in this way.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part of the project?
My favorite part was just looking at how this impacted every single student. We have 16,000 students in Bryan ISD, and from pre-K to high school, I saw different levels of involvement, from raising money to showing up at football games, passing out flyers, creating an awareness, to literally showing up to the construction site and swinging a hammer. I feel like every single student in some way participated, and they were a part of this incredible project.
Did the outcome of the house meet your expectations?
It exceeded my expectations in every way possible. It was just truly above and beyond what I ever thought could happen here for our school community.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the district would participate in a project like this again in the future?
That's actually a great question. I have several students asking me right now when we can build the next house. We're not planning it right now, but I think there's something in our future to consider again. And it's a good problem to have that we have students at different levels right now asking me to literally start another project as soon as possible.
That's awesome. Is there anything you or the district would do differently if there was another project like this one?
I think next time we need to realize the timeline. I believe we were a bit ambitious and even aggressive with the timeline. What we didn't account for was Mother Nature. With a construction project, you have to account for weather delays. Construction timelines are not always met. So I think next time we need to be more realistic about how long it would take to actually build the house. So that would be the only thing that I would consider doing differently.
What do you hope the students and the community members learn from working on this project?
I hope that our students have learned the importance of community service and how important it is to give back to others and to lead by example in that way. That was my number one goal, was to empower our students to realize this and to plant that seed of intrinsic motivation so that one day when they graduate from Bryan ISD, they'll always remember the importance of what it means to serve others.
Mm-hmm, of course. Do you have an idea of how many people or how many man hours were spent building the house?
I've thought a lot about that. It's hard to quantify because we have 16,000 students and 3,000 employees. And I know I implored our entire workforce and all students to get involved in some way. So I don't want to discount minor contributions. So I would say 19,000 people at some point in time, even if they were just helping to promote it. The man hours, my goodness, it's hard to quantify because we raised the money for the first semester and we had so many kids out doing that. And then the construction side of literally, working on the house and the electrical, plumbing, mechanical. We had so many people involved in the different levels that it's hard for me to quantify. But I would say hundreds and hundreds of hours throughout the entire project.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you would like to add about the project?
I'm just grateful for our school community and for the buy-in and the participation from all students. When we handed the keys over to the family, that was the ultimate closure, if you will. And I looked into the eyes of the students standing there with me on site, and I could tell that we had checked the ultimate box for setting our kids apart. This is something above and beyond what most school districts do. So I think we've provided an experience for all of our students that's incredible, and I'm just forever grateful.
Well, Ms. Carabine, thank you again for coming to speak with us today, and we look forward to hearing about the next big project.
Thank you.